Cool. Hey everyone, Michael and I were here. We're back from Thanksgiving holidays, at least for me. Michael, you're back from where'd you go?
I was in Tenerife in the Canary Islands visiting my nephew.
Well, welcome back. And anyways, so for everyone here, we're just gonna do a quick little deep dive, or quick short dive into OroCommerce. We recently went through their training. Both Michael and Ty, our head of engineering, went through their training for us to become solution partners for OroCommerce, because we just are doing a lot of B2B stuff. And so we're just adding OroCommerce as one of the solutions that we can provide for certain clients that it fits kind of where they are and their needs. So we thought we'd just kind of share a little bit about why we said yes to it. Like, we're like what we're interested in. We're like, all right, yeah, let's do this. This is a good solution that we want to be kind of supporting and providing solutions for. So 2 weeks ago or something like that, we talked a little bit about the customer experience, some things out on the front end that kind of comes baked in a bit with OroCommerce. And then today we're going to talk a little bit about the admin. So Michael's going to talk about that, show a little bit from there, just really quick kind of bits. And then I guess the high level thing is that OroCommerce, what's really cool about it is it comes like there's so many, it's just feature rich. There's so many things that are just kind of already there for us when we've built some of these solutions just custom before. Like, you have to start from scratch. You have to think about the API architecture. You have to think about all of it, right? How it's going to work, is it scalable? And the fact that OroCommerce has kind of just done so much over the years to build in all these solutions is pretty cool. So I mean, I guess without further ado, Michael, you just want to take it and show us some of the admin experience a bit of Oro and what's cool about it?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Let me jump over to some screen sharing here. Right. Okay, so here we're looking at the back end. I think in our last conversation, just to start off, we kind of ended talking a little bit about like request for quotes, how that happens, how that process goes through the front end where the customer is actually requesting quotes and we are able to respond and do that sort of thing. So, but looking at it in the back end here, there's the quotes themselves come in through an area where you have under sales. So you have requests for quotes that come in. And as Stephen said, a lot of things that are kind of baked in and built in already. But one of the things which is great about OroCommerce is that the processes that, like, for example, something like this, like a request for quote would go through, this varies depending on company to company. They may have different processes that, different people that a request for quote has to go through before it can actually get approved and get sent back to the customer. If that's a necessity, these different options that you have when you get a request for a quote, or there's other options when you get a quote and you said that when you set the quote, these are all can be augmented via code. So there's a way, for example, say if the person who's receiving the request for quotes, there could be a step to go, okay, this person is sending out the quote, but before it gets sent out the quote, we want this person to look at it, sort of thing like that. So you can create a series of like actions that will happen, or this sort of chain of events that goes on with almost everything here in OroCommerce. In this case, with quotes, we could add these sort of things to it. So like here you have the option to create a quote or create an order directly out of the request for quote. But you could add another option, say, pass on to the, sales department or this and that before, and then they have the options to go in and modify or contact, something like that. So it's very expandable in what you can do in this case. This is just request for quotes. Other thing, one of the things is since this is B2B sort of thing like that, there is a built-in CRM. So this is going in with leads, and this is it's pretty neat because it's basically a straight up CRM with different all the things that CRMs have in there, different contact, different actions, calls, the historic events of all of these actions that have taken place with this lead. But this also all ties in directly with later on converting these leads into customers. Since it's already built into the system, it's a more easier process. And also all of these like I said before, all these different options that you have. Like in this case, there's convert to opportunity, which is one thing that goes on the CRM. But again, all of these can be augmented by code to be adapted to however the company works. So that's a really neat option that's in there. Customer management is another thing too. So if you have customers, you have customer users, you can set the different roles. I think in the last discussion we had, we were talking about you can have different levels of the customer can have logins for different people in their company, and you can define different roles for them, like administrator, a buyer. Maybe this person is only allowed to create the quote or create the sort of shopping list, but they're not authorized to do the actual purchase or something like that. So you can create all these different roles for customers to use within their sort of back end office. Right? And let's see what else we got. Tax. Again, tax, of course, this being a B2B sort of solution, the tax configuration is very robust. You can set all different kinds of rules. You can set specific tax codes for customers if they're, depending on states, countries, all different things can be set on that. Can be set on the customer. They can be set on the product, specific products that have a certain different rate of taxes, and all of that stuff can get calculated in later on. So it just kind of does all of this stuff for you. You don't have to configure it all manually. Some of the other stuff in here, I'll just kind of jump over to products, for example. The product management and inventory is very robust as well. So products, unlike sort of regular B2C sort of thing where you set a price and stuff like that, all of the pricing set for products on these sort of things like that are based on sort of like industry standards. So you can set a MSRP as of like the sort of the base price of a product, and then do calculations from that, or you can set an MAP, the minimum advertised price as well, which is something also very common in the B2B sort of circle. So all of these can be set, and from there, the pricing kind of works different on that. You can set all the different quantities, the values, currencies. These don't need to be input manually. You can also set these in with sort of like an equation where you can say, okay, this product at a certain amount of this type, of this category, at this quantity, gets this sort of a discount. So all this stuff can be set up automatic based on sort of like these base MSRP and MAP prices on there as well. So yeah, it's very, very robust.
Comes all baked in. That's what's cool about it. I really like. I think the thing for me that struck me when we were first, chatting with them and learning about the system a bit before we got too far in it was the CRM aspect and how it's kind of built around the CRM tool as well. Because obviously there is in B2B, there is a lot of that RFQ kind of stuff that's happening and requesting for quotes and kind of having these pre-conversations and sales and like trying to, do all that stuff. And so you have sales teams that are out. And then so like the tech doesn't have to compete with the traditional sales route of a human being out there, going to these events and, knocking on doors, whatever their sales team does, making all the phone calls they do. And they can put all that stuff and treat it in here, and it's just like one system. So like having this unified system is really cool, because I think we've all tried having multiple systems at times, and it just becomes messy. It's like, these little micro, service apps, which we all still do, but it's nice when it fits into one roof, and it works well. So that's what's cool. I like that. So I like that for potential clients and that just need kind of these systems. So that's cool. Any other final bits before we wrap that up, and we'll just say goodbye till next time?
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm very pleased especially with the training that Ty and I did as well. Kind of opened our eyes to the different possibilities that the system offers. So it was really good. And yeah, if you're going B2B, I mean, OroCommerce looks the way to go.
Yeah, hit us up. We'll help you out. Cool. Until next week, Michael. Thanks, man. See you around.
See ya.